Hi everyone. Finally, we are on the last module of the entire course. Today we are going to learn modals, not modals, but modals. Modals are special type of verbs used in English to express concepts such as ability, possibility, permission, necessity, advice, or obligation. They always precede the main verb, which is used in its base form, without to. So modals are special type of auxiliary verbs or helping verbs used in English. Let us quickly have a look at few of the very popular ones. The difference between can and could. As pointed out earlier in the sessions, can is used to talk about ability and permission. Can you help me with this? It is, do you have the ability to help me with this? Can you help me with this? I couldn't find my keys this morning. Now, why could? Because it is the past tense of can. So, whenever you want to talk about an ability, but in the past form, you will use could. I could swim when I was a child. That is, you had the ability to swim when you were a child. Could you pass the salt, please? As discussed before, could is used when you want to make a polite request. Could you pass the salt, please? Could you pass me the book, please? Etc. Now, must and have to. Both must and have to are used for obligations, that you have to do something. You must do something. You must complete this form before you leave. Strong obligation. We have to wake up early for our flight tomorrow. Obligation, necessity, but when you say must, it becomes a stronger obligation. He must be tired after working all night. Here, must is also used for logical deductions, that is, to make a logical connection or a strong likelihood. So remember, must is used for a very strong obligation or likelihood, whereas have to is used for an obligation or a necessity. Next is would. Would, again, like could, is a polite request, and it is also used for hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation, the situations which is still in the nascent form, which is still an idea and has not happened. Would you like some more coffee? Now, this is a polite offer. Would you like some coffee? If I had more time, I would learn to play the guitar. This is a hypothetical situation because it's still in the idea. She would always visit her grandmother on Sundays when she was a little. She would always visit her grandmother on Sundays when she was little. Again, this is a past habit, so you can use would. Now, what is the difference between may and might? May is used when the possibility of something is more, and might is used when the possibility is less. For example, when I say, it might rain today versus it may rain today, the sky is full of clouds. Here, the chances of rain is more in the second sentence. Why? Because you can see a lot of clouds. However, when you use the same sentence but use a might, the chances of rain is less. Let's look at a few examples. I may go to the party if I finish my work early. So the chances are more and it's a possibility. She might have arrived. She might arrive late because of the traffic. So may is stronger possibility and might is lesser possibility. May I borrow your pen for a moment? Here it is used in the context of permission and it is more formal than can. However, as mentioned before, both may and can be used interchangeably in context of permission because this is something that we do these days. However, may sounds more polite. Next is should and ought to. Should and ought to both are used for advice. You should get more rest if you're feeling unwell. It's an advice. They ought to apologize for their behavior. Suggestion of duty or advice. Now, what is a suggestion of duty? This is generally used in context of duty. I should call my mom. I haven't talked to her all week. It's a gentle obligation and it's a suggestion. Now, these things are very nuanced. What is duty for someone might not be duty for others, but we will try to get as close as possible to the real meaning when we are using these in our sentence. Now let's talk about idioms and phrasal verbs. Idioms and phrasal verbs are nothing but ornamental phrases or sentences which you can use in your daily conversation to not only sound confident, but also to give it a very interesting spin. Now there are n numbers of idioms and phrasal verbs. However, I have picked a few popular ones which you can use in your daily conversation. Kindly note you can find more in the resource. So let's get started. Let me jog your memory a bit. Idioms are phrases which have a completely different meaning from what they literally mean. So few of the popular ones are break a leg. Now, break a leg doesn't mean breaking a leg. Break a leg means to wish someone good luck. So rather than saying good luck, you can say break a leg. You have a big presentation today. Break a leg. Next would be bite the bullet. This is one of my favorite idioms for sure. It sounds good and it has a very interesting meaning. To bite the bullet means to endure a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage. The project was really tough, but we had to bite the bullet and finish it on time. The past tense would be bit the bullet. He bit the bullet and he finished all his tasks. To cost an arm and a leg, very relatable these days because of the inflation. That means to be very expensive. That new car looks amazing, but it probably costs an arm and a leg. Next is to hit the nail on the head. That means to describe exactly what is causing a situation or a problem. When you said the main issue was communication, you really hit the nail on the head. That is, you really described exactly what is causing a situation or a problem. To let the cat out of the bag is to accidentally reveal a secret. Like, for example, you telling your friend inadvertently, which means unintentionally, about the surprise birthday party that you were planning for her. I was trying to keep the party a surprise, but my little brother let the cat out of the bag. That is, he revealed the secret accidentally. Next is to feel under the weather, very popular, very commonly used. It means to feel unwell or slightly sick. Kindly note this cannot be used for any serious infection or disease. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I might not come to work. Again, look at the usage, might has been used, which means the possibility of the person not going to work is there, but it's quite low. To bark up the wrong tree means to pursue a mistaken or misguided course of action. That also means to put your effort into a wrong place or a wrong situation. If you think I took your pen, you are barking up the wrong tree. I haven't seen it. So there's no point talking about it, no point quarreling or fighting with me about it. You are using all your energy in the wrong place. You're barking up the wrong tree. To have your head in the clouds means to be dreaming or not paying attention to reality. Basically, to be delusional. He has always got his head in the clouds, dreaming about becoming a rock star instead of focusing on his studies. Basically, to daydream or think about big stuff without taking any actions. To be on the same page, very important, can be used in multiple settings. This means to be in agreement or have the same understanding about something. Remember, this can be used both in your personal as well as professional conversations and communication. Before we move forward with the plan, let's make sure we are all on the same page. Finally, to get cold feet, which means to become nervous or apprehensive about doing something you had planned. So this has been your plan initially, but now you're getting the jitters. She was going to try bungee jumping, but she got cold feet at the last minute. After idioms, we come to phrasal verbs. After idioms, we come to phrasal verbs. Now, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are very similar to idioms. What they mean is absolutely different from their literal meaning. However, the construction of phrasal verbs is you will generally find a verb along with a preposition together, and that would have a meaning which is absolutely different to its literal meaning. So let us have a look at few of the popular. You might be wondering why use phrasal verbs, because they add flair to your language. Native speakers use phrasal verbs all the time. It shows confidence, it shows skills, and it is fun to use them. So let's have a look at few of the popular ones. First one is to call off